What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. This is the third podcast. It's 8 months since we've done the last one. But yeah, good to be back, I suppose.
Great to be back.
Great to be back.
Been a while.
Oh, I'm happy.
Been a while.
Great to be back.
But yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we jump right into it, don't we?
Yeah, so the sponsors for today's video is OneFootball. So you've probably seen a couple of the other videos. It's basically a free app that you can download on the Android or iOS devices, and effectively what it does is it's kind of like the way that I've been using it recently, and the way that I see this kind of like LiveScore, if you've ever used that before, except like with far more detail. Covers actually more leagues than LiveScore, covers over 160 leagues, gives details on results, fixtures, transfer news, basically all you need to know for these leagues. So I really, personally, I really recommend it if you're a bit of a football buff from like across the range to download it. So yeah, any of the information about it and ways to download it will be linked in the description below
Available
this
on
video.
iOS and Android as well.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I've said that already.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just that and other options. But yeah, where are we starting today? Plenty to talk about, I suppose, because it's been 8 months since I've done the last one, so like literally talk about whatever.
Yeah, no, what's been happening, that's...
Yeah.
Well, sure, all the videos have been continuing, you know, still been doing the stuff, going to matches, you know.
You haven't really been going to matches now.
The season did end, I suppose.
And then what else? Sunday League of Ireland, yeah, no, that's coming out in October. That's coming out next week.
Seriously though, for Sunday League of Ireland, we are like gathering a lot of footage at the moment for it, and we kind of wanted to make it the best thing possible.
Perfect. That's it.
Yeah, because we do realise that a lot of you are looking forward to it, but we do want it to be like the finest creme de la creme quality.
Just to clarify as well, it's not going to be like we're going to actual Sunday League like Leinster Senior League. We have a football team that we play on, so we've been recording our matches, which are far
team
more
talks training now. Yeah, we got to start doing that though.
Yeah, we better.
Yeah,
because it's just matches. It's just losing.
If I have a quick chat about that, we can. Obviously, our manager, well known on YouTube as well. What was his channel called again?
I don't know.
What was it? Do you remember? The Bar Steelers.
Oh, the Bar Steelers.
You might have seen.
Goal.
You might have seen them covered a few Ireland games and stuff. Yeah.
They actually, you should check them out. There's a couple of funny things.
Now,
there's are they?
No,
there's a couple of good memes out of it though. Like, I mean, if you watch the video, I think which goal is it? Where what a fucking goal happened?
Yeah,
James McLean. Yeah.
James McLean. Yeah, that was great. Like,
well, he's friends with Squats at Needham, so we'll leave that out of it. Anyway.
Who is that guy? Yeah,
little boy Plopper.
But probably do.
Oh, we should actually say the thing about the merch that he was doing.
Do you want to bring that up? Not yet. Won't get into it.
For another day.
Maybe 10 minutes from now.
If ever we want to talk, if ever we want to talk about said topic, right, we have to do.
No. Cut that out.
Definitely not on camera. Like,
yeah.
Definitely out of shot.
Yeah. But, so, as of yet, no, response to his call, to our call out.
Still waiting. No, don't talk about him. To be honest, this content is.
Yeah, it's all a bit of crack, really. At the end of the day, like, just, like.
No, he has a lot of fun, and that's what you need. He has a lot of fun. He's just a love of the game. You know, he loves Irish football. But definitely, get a copy going to any of the matches off us. So.
We are kind of concentrating on our own thing at the same time. But that's what we need to keep doing. 2019 is going to be a huge year for us, hopefully. Plenty coming up in the new year. Obviously excited for the new season coming up.
Gonna hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
I think we can hit it before. we're actually only 140 off, I think.
Yeah, and like, guys, there's probably 140 people in your family, like your watcher, or extended families. Just like, if you know anyone who's even interested in football, like, I encourage them not even to get into our channel, but just like what we're trying to do, like, overall, is kind of like message is just get people more into League of Ireland, because like, actually, this was really my first season. I know Ross had a bit of a history of League of Ireland, but it was my first season like regularly going to League of Ireland games, and I loved it. Like, just even from the perspective of being like a football fan, like sitting in the stands so close to the action, being able to just get those like chips at halftime, going with your mates. It's just like simple, yeah, like a few points. Like, it's just like, it's all so close, and there's just
better
like
than sitting in the pub, like,
genuinely, and it's a lot more energizing than going to like a Premier League game where like half the people
you have real fans.
It's more raw. It's more raw. It's more emotion.
Raw, exactly. Raw emotion.
Like the standard of football, obviously, like, it's not unbelievable, like, whatever.
No.
But realistically, like, it's not bad either at the same time.
No,
Like,
there's a lot of good players in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good players.
There's a lot of good players. We kind of touched on that in the video we recorded today with some transfers and stuff, like a couple of players like Jack Byrne. I don't think we talked about him actually. Come back. He's tipped to be huge, wasn't
very
he?
big a few years ago, and then kind of dropped off a bit. You know, hopefully kind of get his career a bit back on track. You know, he was in Holland for a while.
This is the chap in Man City, isn't
Man City.
it?
Man City. He was at Wigan for a while as well.
But, he played for Canberra, I think.
Yeah.
What's happened to him?
I don't know. He's
for Shamrock Rovers.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Hopefully, he can. I could see Rovers doing well this year. To be honest, I could see them pushing up into maybe the top 2.
Yeah.
With Cork losing.
I'd like to see Waterford do well. I think Rovers could do well. Dundalk will drop off a bit, but I still reckon they'll have enough to win.
Stephen Kenny could be a big loss, so it could be actually an open title race.
Yeah, geez, Stephen Kenny going from Dundalk is like that's big.
Huge. Yeah,
Stephen Kenny is like the beacon of managers in the League of Ireland. Like.
No, he's an incredible man. I'd say he's probably the best manager we've had in the league. Well, in a long time anyway. Yeah, but he's
kind of done it all really. He's kind of brought Dundalk as far as he can.
Is it the furthest like best Europa League campaign an Irish club has ever had?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's only so much you can do. To be honest with you, with the the resources that they have. I mean, it was the American owner coming in as well. They helped with good picks. They had the funds and stuff.
It's interesting that I think it's the Malahide United manager like a couple of seasons ago is now the Dundalk manager.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So weird. So I might be able to maybe have a word with him. Few connections. Probably getting into Vinny Pert. Be interested to see how he gets on. I wonder because I think he worked under Stephen Kenny and stuff. So I'd say they're kind of keeping the same kind of training, same kind of this and that. Obviously, bringing in Daniel Kelly from Bows, he looked very good last season as well.
He did, yeah.
Looked because he was over at Bolton Wanderers and they didn't have enough money.
So funny.
Imagine not being able to put on a League of Ireland player like.
That's
League of Ireland wages like. Shocking, really,
that's great though with your man like Vinny Pert like coming in. I mean, that's really how like management in League of Ireland should be done. Like you shouldn't have to bring in like managers from abroad or even like from other leagues. Like I mean,
it could be a great stepping stone as well.
Yeah,
Sam Allardyce. Paul Cook with Sligo.
Yeah, exactly.
To get there's opportunities there. Like Stephen Kenny, obviously Ireland under 21s now, and
if you
to go on, and it'd be good to see him as well because apparently he's going to be bringing in a few. I think Darrell Leahy's tipped again to the next Ireland under 21 squad.
Nice.
So it's good to see. Hopefully, more League of Ireland players start to get a chance in Ireland squads and stuff.
I mean, it would make a lot of sense. It's only again playing League of Ireland. You're named in the team of the year. You kind of have to get into the under 21 squad. Don't you?
I think it's crazy that before last season he was let go by Coventry, not like. And I'd say they'd like to have him back now. I'd say definitely because he probably maybe championship like
still only 20, isn't he? 19, 20.
And what I don't like exactly about like the Ireland kind of youth teams and stuff, and this is kind of like a theme like over the past couple of years, is that like a lot of players who do get onto the Ireland under 21s are kind of like these unproven players who basically play for these big Premier League teams but like in their academies and have never really been tested at a senior level, but they still will be given kind of like a higher chance over somebody like say Darrell Leahy who's like in the team of the season, in like whatever about the quality. Like when you're his age and you're in a league of men, like lads who are a lot bigger than you, way more experienced than you, that is far more proving yourself than playing in under 23 Premier League.
And it also happens with a lot of players that you can be the best in your age group, and then as soon as you get to senior level, you're playing against lads who are like 35. You just get the shit kicked out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Completely different ball game.
That's it, exactly. That'll be interesting to see now. I really hope Stephen Kenny now get like. I think it's 2 years time he gets the job.
I think it's 2 years. 2 years after the qualification, isn't it?
The Euros, whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how Mick McCarthy gets on and that whole switching over, because I don't know, it's a weird way of doing it.
I don't really like Mick McCarthy, to be honest with you. I'm not really a big fan, but I mean, it was time for Martin O'Neill to go anyway. I mean, I would have liked to. I mean, we all said Stephen Kenny would like to see it, so it's kind of,
I think it's so weird that
now it's just weird that they're kind of prepping him though. Like he could literally do the worst job ever with the under 21s, but I'm pretty sure he's still guaranteed to take over, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's weird because they're like, oh, you can learn so much from Mick McCarthy. It's kind of like disrespecting him a little bit, isn't it? It's like, oh, you're coming in now, look up to him now. You're not good enough just yet, but you're gonna get there.
Mick McCarthy's never been to Europe, has he?
But like the thing about like Martin O'Neill and like he now in retrospect, I don't think he's getting enough credit really for what he did, because he was actually, as like an Ireland soccer fan, like it was definitely probably the best period of my living memory of being an Ireland fan. Like there's so many good memories under him. Like you know, we're never going to do better than really how we did
in 2016.
In 2016. Like, I mean, getting to the like round of 16, like, well, like in the Euros, we could probably like optimistically get further than that. But as in, he did get a lot out of a squad which really didn't have much talent. While it's like I've seen a lot of Ireland teams in the past with probably more or equal talent on paper kind of do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I thought the team in 2008, I remember, with that kind of period was like very good. I think that was a Steve Staunton area. And nothing. Like, we did nothing with them really. So no, I don't think Martin O'Neill gets enough credit. Like, he did a great job.
Definitely it's kind of poor. It's the worst it's been in like a long time. Really. I mean, hopefully, if Declan Rice commits, that's one. He'll be playing for Ireland realistically for the next 15 years.
Yeah,
like,
he could be so close to being like literally a world class player. Like, he'd be our best player probably instantly.
Easy. And then like the only other top level player I can think of, you know, Seamus Coleman, but he's kind of with the injuries and stuff dropped off a bit. You know, so there's really no one who sticks.
Potentially Michael Obafemi as well.
That's what I was thinking as well. He scored his first Premier League goal a couple of weeks ago, and like he's not your like prototypical striker in that he's very small. Like, I think he's like maybe 5'7", 5'8", but like I've seen some of his highlights playing for like the academy in Southampton or whatever, and like he's a bit of a weapon. And there's a reason. Like, you have to be seriously talented to break into a Southampton team with one of the best academies in the world, and be like kind of compete against a team which is already saturated with strikers like Danny Ings, Charlie Austin, Shane Long.
He scored over the weekend.
Yeah, I know. I think he put on Facebook saying like that it's been a long time or something. It's terrible.
That's just showing me that like it probably has been like a year or something.
I think it's been ages. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's been stealing living, Terry. But he's been stealing living since that goal against Germany. That man's done nothing.
Incredible moment though.
You do deserve to get away with it, like, after that.
It does make me wonder a bit with Ireland, like, where they want to go, because they get rid of Martin O'Neill kind of because the way they're playing and the results and stuff, but like and then they bring in someone kind of plays the same kind of way and the same negativity kind of the way they think, like, defensively and stuff, which is interesting because like Martin O'Neill, decent track record for getting to European competitions and stuff like that. So I don't know what it is.
I don't think it's exactly a step forward, like, you know, with Martin O'Neill.
It's more of a step sideways, isn't it? Like,
that's exactly what I was thinking. It's not really,
if not backwards nearly.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
would you be Mick McCarthy or Steve Kenny?
Mick McCarthy. Because Martin O'Neill is actually a better version.
There's limited what you can do with that squad.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's really,
like, Stephen Kenny could be looking at a brighter future with, like, even Ronan Curtis and stuff are doing really well. He's Irish, isn't he? He's not Northern Irish. No, he's Irish. Yeah, he's doing really well at Portsmouth now. I think he's 11 goals this season or something like that from Derry.
Yeah,
so
pretty good.
Something.
Our Portsmouth League One.
They're top of League One.
It's mad that they're going back, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's doing really well. So there's good young talent there. This is kind of like the way they're kind of like, I don't know, brought forward now.
It's just typical. We've said it before, but like the way in Ireland that it is like you get to a certain age, it's either you're going over to England or you're not. Like, you know, and then half the players, even when we were younger, and it would be like lads like you play with and stuff who would be going over to England. Like even like Dara Leahy, like they either like come back or they kind of, you know, it's sink or swim, really, isn't it? Like,
there's too many to name. Bo's just got like 3 or 4 there. Daniel Mandrew from Brighton, James Talbot from Sunderland, Connor Livingston from someone else, and from Wolves, I think, and Luke Slater from Stevenage, and they're all players that were in my league or the league above or the year above, and I like all of them coming back from England is just crazy to see. And I think halfway through last season, the time brought back Robbie McCourt as well from West Brom, so it's just so weird to see them all coming back. And it's kind of like that age, once they hit 20, it's kind of all coming back.
I remember even when we were like 13, 14, you being like Trevor Clark and everything, like, you know, like playing in the same league, it's mad. I remember just walking to school and being like, oh, Trevor and everything. You know, being like the biggest baller ever. It just says enough about like how hard it is to make, though. Like, when we were growing up, obviously you were like best footballer around like where we were in our area, and then like he was playing with like Trevor Clark. He's Trevor's like the best footballer, or Dara Leahy as well. Genuinely, he's the best player like I've ever seen. And like you're still like in the League of Ireland, you know what I mean? Like, which is not this, but it just says like the amount of talent that's out there. Like when you go over to England, you can get lost, you know what I mean? Yeah, moving in something different. Obviously, Niall Quinn's plan to try and invest 40 million into all the Irish academies or Irish clubs. Any opinions on that, lads?
Do you know what I find weird about it, right? Because like obviously it's 2 million each per club that's in the first division and the Premier Division. But then like say for like Malahide United's academy and stuff like that, like they're kind of like I don't know, like different like teams like that like are below the 2 top. I don't know. It's weird.
What do you think that they should put money into teams further down?
I don't know. Like I just think it's strange because like you look at all the schoolboy teams that are like producing the players. It's like St. Kevin's, Home Farm, Malahide United. It's not like Bows and that's what. Like, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying like from the young age, like
I suppose. From a very young age. But like I mean, there's only so much as a player you can go when he gets like 12, 13, 14 with like a club like Malahide United, like Kevin,
I know that's I'm not saying
but like
that.
From a very young age, I'd agree with you because there's.
It's weird.
But that said, like Malahide United and the kind of top DDSL teams, for the most part, do have a pretty good academy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know. I don't think is there. Can you even like? Is there under 18? Actually, there is because we used to play like I used to coach and we used to play Bows and maybe just like Bows are the only team I can think of that we used to play. Yeah. But like I don't know. Like it's a bit. There doesn't seem to be any that kind of like from a young age that kind of academy for young kids.
Maybe they're only kind of getting into it now. I don't know. Maybe they're kind of just starting it off.
Yeah, like I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with this whole idea proposed by Niall Quinn if it was Niall Quinn pumping money into it. But I think Niall Quinn is asking the state to put 40 million into it, which is kind of ridiculous to be honest. Like without getting too much into it, like 40 million into. Like at the end of the day, if football is taken away from like other people and there's other problems in the country right now, I don't support it. If Niall Quinn gets some Saudi investor to come up with 40 million, bang away. I would love to see a 2 million academy in Bray Wanderers. Like,
sure, what's his name? JP McManus did that for a lot of GAR clubs. He's like for every county board he gave him like $250,000 or something. But that's pocket change to him. Like, so I mean, it would be great. But I mean, I don't see it happening unless again it was private investment because it would be absolutely people go absolutely apeshit if you just like with everything that's going on like nurses striking and all this of the Christ. Like there's 44 million for fucking
football,
for, Finn Harps. Like
I think it is strange, the fact that like obviously like Bray Wanderers like did they have to spend that 2 million on like because they couldn't pay their players' wages. Exactly. Last season, and then they just have an unreal academy and they can't pay their players' wages week in week out. Like it's just so weird.
Like that's the fundamental problem. Like,
they just clearly spent 2 million on other things.
Yeah, like there's no point in pumping money into clubs that have an unstable kind of actual foundation and then expecting them to have this world-class academy and then have a really shit team. Like it just doesn't work like that.
They're trying to get players from over. They're literally because the whole point is like for any players not to go over to England, so they're trying to get players to stay in Ireland and bring players over to Ireland. Which I think would be hilarious. Like imagine that. Like imagine we were signing players from England when they were like 13. Like
it'd be fun.
Like, well done. Do you know I was watching earlier actually? Do you remember that TV show Premier Ambitions? Where it was like a home farm. I was 14 years old. I was watching that because it was on YouTube, like a few clips, and I was watching that. And it was like after train, like he pulls him in. Well done, you're going on trial to Nottingham Forest and everything. Imagine that as like employment in like Nottingham Forest. Well done, you're going on trial to Cabinteely.
Imagine Cabinteely just having a 2 million academy and they don't even have a stadium. Like,
it's
actually shocking.
No, to be honest, it's
the infrastructure just isn't there. Like,
it's good to see people like Niall Quinn kind of drawing attention to the League of Ireland and wanting to actually
maybe that's what he's
be interested in it. But maybe that is. But like, I mean, what the solution that he's proposing at the end of the day is unrealistic and it's a bit lazy. Like
ludicrous.
If you're gonna, it's ludicrous.
If
you're looking to reform the youth academy system in Ireland, it's not about pumping a fuckload of money into it. It's about reforming the way that it's actually run, and it's about like managing it correctly. It's not about here's a load of money, make some unbelievable players, because it's proven in countries like Qatar and UAE where they have these world class academies. Not a single good player has come out of them, so it's obviously not just about that.
It's the way like the kind of players are brought up as well. Like it's not like you can have all the facilities you want, but like if you're like just like
thanks,
like
genetics. Like Niall Quinn's plan to like genetically modify players at birth. Like imagine that, like just have all these beasts coming out like 6 years of
coming
age.
Out of the womb.
Fucking gas. No, what was I gonna say? No, I agree. I think like you have to get people actually, start going to matches and for like, stuff like that first, before you start being like, oh, we need the academy.
Like Bowes is like they're getting like all the like Pat's Bows and stuff want to like do up their stadium and everything like that. 2 million, they wanted to spend that on their stadium.
Yeah.
It's 'cause I see what he's doing, because it's like he's trying to kind of say it's like League of Ireland, so like we can send, you know, we'll make League of Ireland academies, but it's actually for it's for like the Ireland squad in reality, because like to be fair, it is a bit shite that like we're literally relying, we're like, oh she's Declan Rice, like we're kind of relying on like him, like
English players.
Yeah, we're relying basically we're relying not on Irish players. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to market it as League of Ireland first, and then like in the future, like we'll actually have homegrown talent. But I mean, like, it's the same everywhere, and they're trying to base it on Iceland and everything. But I mean, that's a bit of a freak one, to be honest with you.
What's Iceland? I didn't hear about that.
Well, because Iceland like have like indoor pitches and like
they
have so much like
it's paid off for them, to be fair.
But like their league is crap as well. Do you know what I mean? So
sure, like it's just if these countries, if players get good, they just leave. Like that's
and a lot of players from Iceland, I think, like. I mean, there's a few anyway that I know of, like Norwegian with Icelandic parents and stuff like that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like a lot of the Icelandic players as well, I think went over to Dutch academies pretty young, and like at the end of the day, that's the thing. Like, I mean, you do want these like world class academies in Ireland, but it's just like almost a step too far before you've taken a couple of steps to get there. Like, we need to build up this league and make teams a bit more reputable and a bit more competitive on the like wider scene, the European scene, before we start saying, all right, here's a couple of million for your academy from the state.
So I think the final thing as well, which will kind of like will always stop Ireland from becoming, in my opinion, like one of the best in the world or whatever, or like Iceland. Even like in Iceland, there's no GA, there's no bloody rugby or anything, you know? Like here you have rugby, you know, Gaelic football and hurling. And you've got like all these other sports which are trying to like, I mean, my younger brother plays basketball now, and all his mates play basketball.
The Conor McGregor effect.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's doing MMA and all this. I mean, there's just all this. It's because like it's kind of a big melting pot of all these sports. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, everyone wants their own bit.
Rugby as well. That's mad, isn't it? That like rugby.
Rugby. I mean, realistically, there's about 15 or 20 teams who are like, you know, at a high level in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like in the World Cup, like even the qualifying for World Cup is like a bit of a sham for like Ireland's, you just qualify, you're just already there.
Football's so different.
Do you know what I mean? Because football is like the biggest sport in the world. And then like obviously you got like rugby, like if there was like 40 million given, the one thing that obviously with all the stuff's going on, and if you give 40 million to football, you'll have rugby heads, SCA heads, everyone going absolutely bonkers. Like, what has the football team achieved? And like the rugby team were one of the best in the world. Like, obviously you have that history and that heritage. And in like football, it's like it's a foreign sport. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't see it going.
It's an exciting idea, but
like, when I saw it first, I was like, that's unreal. That's such a cool thing. Like, it's like savage, and then it's like, oh wait, like there's bigger problems to deal with first.
Exactly.
Like the thing is, like the fact that they can't even, like teams can't even fill out their stadium is like it's
just a shambles.
It's not like it's a bit not disgusting, but like I don't know. So it's not so like. It's hard to see.
Even we saw it, like at the start of last season, you got a load of people going to games. Like even Bowes, like at the start of last season, was like filled out. And to be fair to them, like for most part of the season, it was fairly busy. But you can see like attendance kind of drops towards the end of the season when teams have nothing to play for and stuff. But I mean, you kind of need to build that culture within football clubs first, and especially with kind of. I mean, you kind of have it with Dublin teams. There's you know, because there's like 5 or 6. There's only so like limited population that you get to a bloody football game. Like,
what team do you guys support? We'll start with Jack.
So my English soccer ball team is Liverpool. I've been a Liverpool fan since I was about 6, and more recently also a Hartlepool United fan. They're currently in the conference, and in Ireland kept it kind of under wraps, all of us have, but I'd say the team that I am most soft or flaccid towards would be Cork City, because my dad is from Cork, and first ever kind of League of Ireland related match I'd say was
when they won the league.
FAI Cup final 2007, 1-0 to Drogheda against Cork. So that was first, and I think I had a Cork City jersey as well back in the day. So, but not like a massive fan, just soft towards them.
My English team is Arsenal. As I was born in London, and I live like 20 minutes from there. Yeah. Big
St. Albans! St. Albans!
Yeah. So that's big reveal. That's an exclusive for you guys. And then my Irish team is Bows, because I went to a few matches when I was younger. And that's about it. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if you didn't, gather that from previous videos, then you haven't been a good fan to us, and you probably should have copped on. Probably should have copped on by now.
But well, subscribe, then unsubscribe. Yeah, my English team is Wigan Athletic. Big side, 2011 FA Cup winners. 2012 FA Cup winners.
Calls himself a fan.
Yeah, sorry. And my Irish team, if I had to pick one, would be Shelbourne, because I went as a kid to a lot of games and stuff like that, as like with my family and stuff like that, which is what like more people should be doing though. Genuinely. Down in Sligo, we're down in Sligo. That's kind of like that atmosphere that was down there. It's kind of like a family friendly, which is different for like Shells and Shamrock Rovers and Bows and stuff. It's kind of different because it's more of a ultra scene.
Creates ultras in the future. Do you know
ultras?
What I mean? Ultras.
But we were saying this. We were saying this before though, like the balance in League of Ireland. It's like kind of extremes really. You have like the family scene up in Sligo, and then like you have the ultra scene and others, and like the ultra scene is great because that's like the heart, like the driving engine of the league, but at the same time it also can intimidate families, and that does definitely drive away people from going. In say, like we were saying, like in the Premier League you do have a real cleaned up league. The ultras and the whole like kind of hooligan side of it has gone a long time, which means that it has a lot less personality and it's a bit more plastic and a bit more tourist kind of fan, but also means that it gets probably a lot more traction because it's kind of a safer, more kind of family friendly scene. Do
you think as a player would it be a big factor for you playing somewhere like Sligo and playing somewhere like Tala or Daneyman Park? Would you be like, he's kind of
100%,
like mentality wise, it's kind of like it's an edge that some teams have over others and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because like when you're in like places like you're saying in Tala and Daneyman, because we've been there so much, like it is such like it's just this constant ongoing like drumming and shouting and like just this encouragement behind the team. It is like the 12 man.
The best I've seen is probably when we went to Cork for the Dundalk game. That's the best atmosphere I probably saw all season. That's not a question we got, by the way, but best atmosphere was definitely Cork against Dundalk. So I just that like when I think Morrissey's your favourite player.
Gerard Morrissey. Can't get enough of him.
No, but no.
Somewhere we want to go next season as well.
Definitely. Yeah, Cork was a great trip. So definitely want to get back there. Yeah. Next question anyway. Best LOI team ever is what was asked here. So
best LOI team.
I don't know, like, because the thing is we were only kind of following it last season, but
best LOI team in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Like definitely up there. It would have to be like Dundalk from the European campaign, I suppose.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know much now. I'd be like the first to like. There's obviously teams like Shells when Shells were in Europe a few years ago.
That's what I was going to say.
And then obviously those teams in the 80s and stuff were also got to Europe, like at loan. But who played in that loan? AC Milan when they played that loan team. But yeah, no, I'd probably say I'd say Dundalk over the last few seasons have been unstoppable, really. Yeah. So I mean. And getting to Europe, doing so well in Europe as well.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting with the manager situation. I just can't wait to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
It could literally blow the title race wide open. Literally,
it could. Which I think everyone's hoping. Barry, obviously Dundalk fans, but everyone is hoping that it's a bit more competitive.
Yeah. I think Cork could have, like, obviously sadly are going is a little bit weakened maybe. And
Shamrock
Rovers and Waterford both kind of strengthening. Not really lost anyone of significance. Not like too mad. Obviously, Courtney Doofus obviously went back and he's apparently gone to Rovers now.
Is he?
He does strong, heavy rumours, which would be
a good sign.
So,
I like him.
Niall Ranger still not linked to any clubs.
Even though we've been pushing it the last few weeks. Niall, come on. That was so funny. Imagine
Niall Ranger and Ishmael Akinade up front.
Christ.
Anyway, next question.
Moving swiftly on.
The final question we've got is, how did you guys get together?
Well, we met in a bar.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
He's setting that up for ages, I say. Well, we all live. I live across the road from Ross, like literally next door, and have done since I was like 5. I don't know, we just met him in secondary school.
Yeah, like I lived in the same estate as them, but I would say I was in a different social scene for a long time. And then yeah, in secondary school started hanging around with these guys, and now they're parts of my soul. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's the same with like Tig. We knew Tig since primary school.
Yeah, so it's just, we grew up together. Like
Jamie was again secondary.
Jamie,
yeah, we all went to school together.
He's Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
Who is that guy really?
Jamie, yeah. Luke and Plopper.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
The men who are the driving force of League of Ireland TV. Never in front of the camera, but how this actually started maybe is kind of an interesting question as well. It's kind of this man really mainly. He's trying
to become famous.
He's the George Washington of this YouTube channel, and then he kind of pitched the idea to us, and we tried to get Griff out at the beginning, but like the parasite he is, he latched on
and you're still here. You still haven't got the message.
He's still here.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm happy to be here, and
we're not. We're not happy you're here. No.
LOI TV was founded in a pub.
It's like the only plan. It's the only plan that like 6 points deep has actually ever come true. To be fair, oh listen, we're going to get a point.
We're going to start a business. On the League of Ireland coming soon. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap this bad boy up? Plug anything or
anything?
Any dates coming up?
Any dates? Well, there's this hot girl. I'm actually going to go with her. I'm only joking, guys. It's only a joke. New Year's Eve. But yeah, basically,
it's not in shot.
Yeah, guys, if I am in shot, thanks for watching the podcast.
Pretty sure on the second camera he was not in shot. So we apologise about that.
That was deliberate. That was on purpose.
Our cameraman left us halfway through, so
he went to go watch an English football match.
Yeah.
Boo!
He had to, apparently.
Come on, the Reds!
Down with those sort of things. But yeah, no, we're gonna wrap it up there. Anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, Sunday League of Ireland's coming.
No, January.
3 weeks ago. No, genuinely, yeah. That's
before the end of January.
We're going to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of January. Yeah. You heard that here first. And we need your help.
We do. Yeah. And quick music recommendation. I'd be flossing today's song, so check that out.
Make sure to check out the One Football app in the link. And the link is in the description below, available on iOS and Android. Yeah. Make sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. We're going to push it on you as much as we can. We're trying to hit 1,000. We're the biggest, best, most amazing channel in Ireland, so just keep plugging away. I don't know what this has turned into, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed.